But according to these more secular students, it's tough love. They've seen it happen at other universities where the group is strong.
Many of the students over there who like to play the music over there, and friendship among the female students, and they beat them very hardly.
They beat them?
Yeah, they beat them very hardly.
With sticks?
With stick or something like weapon.
So what is going on the campuses right now, that if I have a couple of friends, like 5, 6, 7, 10 friends with me, and I want to do some certain thing on it, I can easily do that. I can threat the administration, I can do anything, because there is no enforcement of law over here.
I mean, they are extremists, but they are not using violence as such. I mean, they are intimidating people, but that is immoral, but that is not violence.
Meanwhile, the chief anti-extremist is dining at a classier cafe. Intimidation, in the form of more death threats, has now forced Nawaz to spend most of his time within the confines of this well-guarded 5-star hotel.
There is a line between recklessness and resilience. At the moment, I'm satisfied that we're being resilient and not reckless.
His security team, provided by the Foreign Office, urged him to cancel the rest of his tour, but so far he's refused.
We almost did pull the team today. In fact, we'd made the decision to pull the team, and that decision was reversed based on extra information we gathered that from our security advisors that the threat against us, seems that no material action has been taken yet. Now, as it stands, we're on the skin of our teeth. If there is any more information, even the slightest hint that it deteriorates from here, I will cancel.
But Newsnight's now limited in how we can cover the tour. Following the death threats, the BBC security advisors have decided that we shouldn't attend the university lecture in Islamabad or any other public events with Maajid Nawaz, but we can go now to a seminar he's organising at a local hotel for students who've come down to meet him from Peshawar in the northwest frontier province. Under Nawaz's sharp suit, as usual, there's a bulletproof vest. But he's a polished performer who betrays no uncertainty as he launches into his well-rehearsed cautionary tale.
I want to tell you my life story so that we can learn lessons from my own journey through an extreme Islamist organization.
For the audience, who've never heard of him and been told only that they're coming to a seminar on peace, there's a lot to take in.
If you criticize Islamism, you're not criticizing Islam. You can be a good Muslim and still be against Islamism.
And you can still be British, a message that the British government must be delighted he's pushing.
The questions of identity that I had in the beginning, am I British, am I Pakistani, am I Muslim? In this new global world, I see no contradiction. I'm British, I'm Pakistani, and I'm Muslim.
And the crux of his talk, don't blame outsiders for the mess we're in.
Of course extremism exists in Britain and in America and in Israel. We have to also recognize that we also have our own problems, and the only way to solve these problems is first to recognize that there is a problem. And then we come to a solution.
It's a bitter pill he's offering, and many won't take it.
Why always we with a green passport always blame that you are extremist, you are this, you are that? Why always we? Why not they change their attitude?
You said that we ourselves are responsible for this extremism and terrorism in Pakistan, but I don't agree with you, because the people doing this have come from outside. Before 9/11 there were no Taliban, no terrorism. It started after 9/11. America, Israel and India, they're encouraging it.
Like this country.
Then suddenly, beyond the rhetoric, a glimpse of something Nawaz rarely mentions, the realities of Pakistani life.
You turn on the TV and the cable is not there. You go to kitchen to cook something and the gas is not there. If you want to solve the problem, firstly provide them with the facilities, provide them with the electricity. How will we study? How will we concentrate? Then how can we solve the problem of Pakistan? We will say that leave it on its own as it is going on. Leave it. We are not concerned with Pakistan, and hell with it.
But the lesson of his life has been perfectly understood by some.
He had every facility of life. He's living in the UK, he had everything. But then again, he became victim of that extremism. So that changed my view that although if you are given all the opportunities of life and you are living a good life with good people around you, you can still be a victim of extremism.
After a long, sweltering day, the audience heads home to bomb-blasted Peshawar. Most say their views have changed. If true, that's a remarkable achievement for Nawaz, considering that they're from the most radical part of Pakistan, target of American airstrikes. But can a few extra busloads of moderates decide the course of a country that's reached an historic crossroads?
Either they move towards a dictatorial type state that is justified through religion when in fact it's irreligious, or they move towards democracy. At the moment the country is in stalemate, it's stagnated. My hope is to come here and with others, with people that are living here, Pakistanis that are here, to start a civil society movement that reaffirms and reclaims both Islam for this country and Pakistan.
The Quilliam Foundation is partly financed by the British government. This tour has been. Is there a danger there to the credibility of your message?
There is that danger. Our long-term ambition is to be fully independent of government. I would also emphasize here, though, at this stage, that I don't think there's anything, besides the perception problems, which of course pose real strategic concerns, I don't think that intellectually there's anything wrong with governments providing grants to secure their country from terrorist attacks.
At the campus cafe, do they then regard him as a tool of Whitehall?
I had this suspicion in my mind that maybe Maajid Nawaz and Quilliam Foundation, they are being funded by the UK government. But then I thought it doesn't make any difference who is funding Quilliam Foundation, because as long as what Maajid Nawaz is saying is making sense.
And this group, at least, is now inspired to go out and preach moderation themselves. Do you think in the end that people like you will win?
Definitely. I don't see any reason that why wouldn't we win.
We can easily win by our words.
We will win. At last, we will win.
The battle for young minds will be crucial in deciding the future of this country. With fears that Pakistan may become a failed state, that matters to the whole world. And it matters particularly to Britain. Most terror plots in the UK have been linked to Pakistan. No wonder the British government is so interested in Maajid Nawaz and his Quilliam Foundation. Of course, words are a much more sophisticated weapon than warplanes. But lines between good and evil that look clear when seen from London can blur in the heat and dust of Pakistan. The battle for ideas is far more complex than the battle for territory, and likely to last even longer.
Tim Hewell. Now coming up on the programme.